This is just a quick look at the latest MCU TV show, She-Hulk. She-Hulk Episode 1 is pure cringe. The writers trash the original origin story from the comic books for a poorly thought out origin where Jennifer Walters is perfect because she has to be better than the male Hulk. She saves Bruce Banner after a car accident caused by a spaceship and her poor driving skills. She gets some Hulk blood in a cut on her arm, hulks out, and runs off. Jennifer wakes up in the woods and makes her way to a bathroom at a bar to clean herself up. This is one of the silliest and nonsensical scenes in the whole show. Several people, possibly prostitutes, enter and notice her state of disarray. Instead of asking if she is okay and seeing if she needs to call the police or be brought to the hospital, they decide to put whore makeup on her and dress her up in whore clothes and dump her outside the bar. She then understandably gets hit on by a group of guys and she loses it and turns into She-Hulk. Bruce in Hulk form shows up and grabs her to stop her from harming the innocent men. The next day in Bruce's lab, Bruce explains to Jennifer what has happened to her. Of course, she's handling the Hulk transformation better than Bruce, because she's a woman and has special blood.
Oh, because I'm better than you?
I'm better than you.
It's just basically different.
In a better way.
I'm better than you.
We next get a montage of scenes where the Hulk is teaching She-Hulk how to be a Hulk, and obviously she's instantly a better Hulk than Hulk is. Jennifer then launches into the cringiest part of the episode, where she explains to the Hulk, who has experienced more tragedy in his life than most people have ever had to bear, why she can handle her anger better than him because she has had to deal with toxic masculinity all her life.
Here's the thing, Bruce. I'm great at controlling my anger. I do it all the time. When I'm catcalled in the street, when incompetent men explain my own area of expertise to me, I do it pretty much every day, because if I don't, I will get called emotional, difficult, might just literally get murdered. So I'm an expert at controlling my anger because I do it. So all of this just feels like projecting a lot of shit onto me.
I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work.
See.
No,
I'm better than you.
It is a bizarre speech, especially since 75% of murder victims are men. She-Hulk then fights the Hulk, and of course she holds her own against him, and he eventually acquiesces to her leaving and going back to her life. We are now in present day, and Jennifer is in court. Before the origin story, we got to see Jen practicing her closing arguments for this trial, and her closing arguments were terribly cringy. No fact, no law, pure emotion, and just cringy. Before Jen could do her closing arguments, a super villainess, Titania, shows up, and in a poorly done fight scene, Jen reluctantly turns into She-Hulk to take her out with one punch. Jen is then prepared one more time to do her closing, and as if a mistrial wouldn't have been declared immediately. Then the show fades to black and is over, except for a cringy after-credit scene. This is supposed to be a legal comedy, but even in the brief legal scenes we got to see, it has terrible legal writing, and it is cringy instead of funny. If you want to see a real strong, empowered female attorney doing an amazing job in an actual trial, watch Camille Vasquez of Brown Rudnick in Depp v. Heard. She did an amazing job.
Respectfully, that's not my question.
If you want to see a real-life, confident, and extremely capable former LA Deputy District Attorney, watch Emily D. Baker's YouTube channel. If you want a fun, well-written, although fairly legally inaccurate, female-centric comedy drama, watch Legally Blonde or Ally McBeal reruns. And don't waste your time on this. It's really a shame. She-Hulk Attorney-at-Law had some real potential. She-Hulk is one of the most beloved female comic book heroes. The writers should go back and read the original She-Hulk comics again, and then find a man to explain it to them.
I don't